The video you're about to watch is a shocking revelation of the real truth behind Thailand's famous third gender, the Ladyboys. Every year, millions of visitors encounter the world of Ladyboys. But are they seeing authentic culture or carefully crafted entertainment designed for foreign eyes? In this documentary, we'll uncover the real history behind the glitter and glamour. We'll explore how ancient cultural traditions became modern tourist attractions. We'll reveal the economic pressures that shape this industry and meet the real people behind the performances. You'll discover centuries-old traditions that existed long before tourism, learn about the complex legal battles happening right now, and understand why the term ladyboy itself is more controversial than you might think. By the end of this video, you'll never look at this culture the same way again, because the truth is far more complex and far more human than any tourist brochure could ever capture. Every year, millions of tourists flock to Southeast Asia specifically to see ladyboy shows. The cabaret industry has become a major tourist attraction, generating significant revenue across Thailand and the Philippines. But here's what most visitors don't realize. The term ladyboy itself is actually a tourist-friendly label created for Western audiences. The people behind these performances have much deeper stories. Stories that existed long before tourism, long before the bright lights, and long before the world started watching. To understand who they really are, we need to go back centuries. In Thailand, the kathoey have been documented for over 600 years. Ancient texts and temple carvings show they were integrated into society as spiritual figures, performers, and community members. Similarly, in the Philippines, the baklâ held respected roles in pre-colonial society. They were storytellers, spiritual guides, and cultural preservers. These weren't marginalized people hiding in the shadows. They were visible, valued members of their communities. So how did we get from ancient acceptance to modern confusion? The answer lies in a collision of cultures that changed everything. The arrival of Western colonial powers brought new concepts of gender and sexuality. Traditional third gender roles were suddenly viewed through a foreign lens. But the real transformation happened when mass tourism arrived. Thailand and the Philippines needed to market their unique cultures to international visitors. The rich, complex identities of kathoey and baklâ were simplified into easily digestible entertainment packages. Cultural traditions became tourist attractions. But what happens when living, breathing people become products? The consequences are more far-reaching than anyone imagined. Behind every performance, there's a person with their own story. Some are transgender women living authentically. Others are drag performers, gay men, or people who found opportunity in entertainment. But here's what tourists don't see. Not everyone on that stage identifies the way the marketing suggests. The industry often groups diverse identities under one simplified label. Many performers feel pressure to fit a specific image that tourists expect, regardless of their personal identity. This pressure creates complications that go far beyond the stage. While the tourism industry generates massive revenue, individual performers often struggle financially. Many work multiple jobs, send money to families, or save for transition-related health care. The disconnect between the glamorous image and economic reality forces difficult choices. Some performers take on additional work in nightlife venues, not always by preference, but by necessity. This creates ethical questions about consent, choice, and economic coercion that the tourism industry rarely addresses. And the legal framework surrounding these issues, it's more complicated than you might think. In Thailand, same-sex marriage became legal in early 2025, a major victory for LGBTQ+ rights. but transgender people still cannot change their legal gender markers, creating ongoing challenges. The Philippines has been debating comprehensive anti-discrimination legislation for years. Some local governments have protections, but national coverage remains incomplete. Without full legal recognition, many face barriers in healthcare, employment, and basic services. It's a legal limbo that affects every aspect of daily life. But some advocates believe change is coming, and their strategy might surprise you. A new generation of kathoey and baklâ are taking control of their own narratives. Through social media, advocacy, and entrepreneurship, they're challenging how the world sees them. They're building businesses, creating content, and telling their own stories instead of letting others define them. Some former performers are becoming educators, helping tourists understand the difference between entertainment and exploitation, between appreciation and appropriation. Their message is clear: they want respect, not just applause, understanding, not just entertainment. So before we continue with the video, if you're getting value, please consider taking out a few seconds to like this video. It means a lot to us. Thank you. So what does responsible tourism look like? It starts with understanding that performers are artists, not attractions. They're people with boundaries, stories, and dignity. Some venues now offer cultural education alongside entertainment. Performers share their personal stories, their art, and their perspectives on their own terms. Supporting businesses that treat performers fairly, pay living wages, and respect personal identities makes a real difference. But the most important change happens in how we see and understand each other as human beings. Away from the stages and tourist areas, kathoey and baklâ are teachers, business owners, family members, and community leaders. They're artists, activists, and advocates. Their contributions to society extend far beyond entertainment. They're entrepreneurs, healthcare workers, educators, and leaders in various fields. In their own communities, they're not exotic attractions. They're neighbors, friends, and family members living full, complex lives. The tourist industry may have simplified their stories for marketing purposes, but their real lives are rich, diverse, and deeply human. The next time you encounter kathoey or baklâ culture, whether through tourism, media, or travel, remember that you're not just seeing performers or attractions. You're meeting people who carry centuries of cultural tradition, who navigate complex social landscapes, and who are writing their own definitions of identity in a rapidly changing world. Their story isn't just about gender or tourism or entertainment. It's about the universal human desire to be seen, understood, and respected for who we truly are. Culture is complex, people are complex, and the most beautiful travel experiences happen when we approach both with curiosity, respect, and genuine human connection. If you have watched the video this far, consider dropping a comment. Have you encountered a ladyboy in Thailand or the Philippines before? What was your first reaction when you saw one for the first time? And finally, we hope you got value. Like, share, and subscribe for more content on Southeast Asian experiences. Watch the next video on your screen.